Hey friends, this is Marilyn from tarotclarity.com. I'm not showing my face today because I'm still in my pajamas and I look unkempt. However, I did a reading that was in combination to the spell that I discussed in detail in my most recent video. And for any of the details that I left out that might have you say, well, what do I say? What am I supposed to do with this or that? I put in the description area pretty much step by step. I didn't leave any details out. So if you just want to skip the video, which is only 17 minutes long, and you want to participate, then you just read the descriptive area of my last video, and it entails what I did here and what it was for. And you're more than welcome to do it your own way. The point is just to have a collective effort by those of us in the spiritual community, and I trust that if you're here, you're somewhat spiritual, to be heard by the universe. At any rate, in combination with, and you may notice that now I have a battery candle in there, because my actual candle that I had in there, and I checked on it repeatedly through the night because I didn't want my house to burn down, but I felt confident that when it burnt itself out, it would happen in the water, which is exactly what happened. So it burnt it. The actual candle only lasted, until maybe about 4 a.m. And when I saw that it was getting iffy because of the water, I just switched it out with the, I let it burn itself out in combination with putting this in, and then when that one burned out, I took it out. But this will last for at least a week or two. But at any rate, in combination, with that, I asked the universe this morning, will our collective efforts, do you hear our collective efforts? Will our collective efforts being put out there, will it be heard? Do you hear us? And will you help us, and what might that look like? And, usually I don't do, readings of this nature. I just do them live. Excuse me. I film them from the onset. And this morning it was kind of like I didn't even have my camera on me, to be honest, and I just did it when I came in to check on my little project here. And, I just couldn't get over what cards came out. And I just, if you trust that it was a real read and not just cards that I staged, I wanted to share it with you. And so I wanted to know, if our collective effort would be heard and be effective, and how it would look coming about. So here we have 8 coins, which suggests, stability. As I've mentioned many times about the number 8 for me means stability, a lack of chaos, and this is money. So it suggests a stability of money. Perhaps, there won't be as much damage, as we project that he'll be doing. Well, he's already doing damage, but that it would be restored. Now, it's next to a fire, but coins and fire, the way I do it, and it may differ with how you do it, but earth and fire don't really interfere with one another very much. So the sense then is that there will be a restoration and it's not jeopardized by anything else. The 10 of batons, now for me, batons is a social suit. And 10 batons shows, a lot of people participating, or a community effort in some regard. So, and it could just, it could be a community effort here. It could be just a community effort around the country where people are participating in protests and boycotts and marches and things like that. So far, it seems as though, the voices of people or the efforts of people, whether it's this or practical participation, makes a difference. And I say that because we have the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is the whole point of, well, I use the Hanged Man in my image for this spell, and just watch the video to understand why. But I had mentioned in the video that the Judgment card would also be a good way to express the need for you-know-who to be held accountable. And the Hanged Man is a little bit more harsh, but it did show up in a reading I did, which is why I used it for my project. You could use whatever card you want in this project to express what it is that you want to bring about. But and the Hanged Man, just doesn't mean that a need for him to be held accountable, but to be punished. Not just to be accused, but to be held accountable. Here, this card suggests from a higher authority that he will be held accountable, or he will be called upon to confront what he's done as an and look, this suggests an end or an absolute disruption, a disruption of what he's done. So I think this looks very optimistic for our efforts here. And I'm going to leave that candle burning. I'll replace it as it burns out, as long as it takes, And for those of you who want to participate, you could buy, battery candles. Well, I had bought my supply a while back from Amazon, and I know a lot of us are myself included, are boycotting Amazon. I don't have to worry about replacing them for a while. I'll have to find. I could probably just buy them online someplace else. But they're very inexpensive. You can get a box of like 2 dozen or something for $10 or something like that. Anyway, I just thought this was a encouraging read. Chaos will be restored due to group effort, a lot of voices rising, a lot of not just voices, but action, people taking part, people participating in things to restore order. And the reason I see these as positive is because in that vein is because of this card that comes next, is that this is the gist, of the spell, is for him to be held accountable. And this card suggests not just legal punishment like the Hanged Man might, but this speaks of, judgment from a higher authority. And then this, of course, a disruption altogether. So I thought this was very interesting. And even though I didn't do it on video for you to see, I still thought I would share it with you this morning. If you haven't participated and you would like to, please watch the video. And if you don't have time to watch the video, then read the descriptive area of the video, because I explain in detail what to do. And you can change it and modify it in any way you would prefer. Just like with reading tarot cards, you don't have to do it my way. You do it your way. It's just a base of reference, that's all. Until next time, friends, peace, stay well, and be kind.